Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got something really exciting in store for everybody, and it's going to be looking at all of the different ways that you can monetize as a new creator and ranking them from best to worst in a tier ranking system. So if this is your first time meeting me, I spent a lot of times talking about the different ways that new creators can monetize on my TikTok. And so here today, we're going to be using the tier ranking system, very popular amongst YouTubers, used for ranking a ton of different things. And today we're going to be using it to rank monetization strategies for a new creator. So we're going to have a couple different tiers that we're going to be playing with when we rank these monetization strategies. And we're going to start off with the S tier. So the S tier is the greatest, most important monetization strategies for you to focus on as a new creator. These are going to be the ones that are the easiest to get going, the most amount of money potential when you're starting off, and are things you need to be looking at right away. The next tier that we're going to is A tier. So these are the almost amazing monetization strategies. So not quite as plug and play as S tier, but still something that you need to be focusing on as a new creator. B tier is good, not great. They're something that you can focus on, but they're definitely not anywhere as good as S tier or A tier, but they're still good. C tier is going to be okay monetization strategies. These are ones that you can focus on maybe a secondary basis when you're getting started off. You can make money doing this, but it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Next up, we have D tier. I would not recommend focusing on these getting started. They're going to be great ways for you to make money down the road, but not necessarily the best place to start as a new creator. Then below that, we have E tier. These are ones that you want to avoid. You're not going to make money with these ones. I don't think this is the best place to start, but I personally would avoid these if you're a new creator. And lastly, we have F tier. These are the worst monetization strategies. If you're going with these first, I'm just asking the question, why? This is like the why are you even doing this tier? F tier is really, really bad. So when I came up with this ranking system, I thought of a couple different factors that we're going to be looking at to determine what to give each score. So the first one is ease of creating offerings. So this is how easy is it for you to actually make this offering to people, whether it's a product or service, and be able to charge money for it. After that, we have demand potential, which is how many people are realistically going to want this product or service from you. Then we have profit per sale. So how much money are you going to make per sale of one of these monetization strategies? And then lastly, we have scalability. So how easy is it for you to take this monetization strategy, scale it, and really build out your business? So the first one is online teaching. And this is when you film a course, you package it all together, and then you put it up on a course selling platform or through your own channels and sell it to people who are looking to learn from you. The profit per sale in this one is also very high because you're really not putting any cost into it unless you invest in film equipment, but selling each one, it's almost 100% profit. And scalability, it's really a matter of how well can you market it, because it doesn't require any extra effort on your part in order to sell the course. So overall, I'm ranking this one on A tier. This is something that you need to get started early on as a creator and can be a very useful way for you to make money. Next up, we have consulting. This is very similar to online teaching, except it's one-on-one sessions. So you offer people the opportunity to meet with you one-on-one. You consult with them on whatever content they're working on or whatever their business is, and you can do that on either a one-time basis or a recurring basis. So as a new creator, consulting is a bit challenging because it takes a lot to come up with a course program that'll be effective for all of the different people that are looking to get it from you in a way that's dynamic. Like, you're gonna have to be talking with people, and you can't just go through rehearsed lines. You need to be able to react. As well, demand could be a little bit on the low side because if you're only offering one-on-one coaching, you're likely going to need to charge more. And some people who are just getting started out may not be comfortable with the idea of going one-on-one with a stranger, even if they are getting to know you on your channels. So it can be difficult. Profit per sale is very high here because you're only doing one person at a time. You can charge quite a bit. However, the scalability is difficult because you can only do as many as you have time for. So with that, I am ranking the consulting a E. So would not recommend focusing on this when you're just getting started out as a new creator. Next up, we have selling exclusive content. So this is when you have your regular content, and then maybe if you want to give people more behind the scenes, exclusive episodes, sneak peeks, things like that, you would come up with that content, put it behind a paywall, and then people would pay to get that content. So ease of making this is very, very high. You're just doing more of what you already do with your regular content, which should be pretty seamless for you. As well, though, demand is going to be a little bit lower because people are more likely to spend money on other things other than additional content. Some people have been able to make it work really, really well, but it's going to be a bit more difficult and challenging. Profit per sale is going to be a bit lower because you're not going to be able to charge as much for just giving people additional content, but scalability extremely high because again, no extra effort for you to offer this. So with that, as a new creator, I'm giving this option a D ranking. Next up, we have selling merch. So this seems to be one that a lot of new creators like to focus on. Like they'll get a couple, 1,000 followers on TikTok or maybe 100 subscribers, and they say, hey, check out my merch. And they refer to a Teespring store and they put a t-shirt up that has their face on it and they feel like they've done something. But in my opinion, I'm giving this a very low ease of creating offering that people actually want. It has to be such high quality merch that people want to wear it and show it off in public. As well, when you're a new creator, demand is going to be very low because a lot of merch is driven by personality and getting to know the creator. And if you're just starting out, you may not have as many people caring about you enough to buy a sweater of your face or a saying as you might think. Profit per sale is also low because there's the cost of goods sold. When you're making a sweater, materials cost money, things like that. Scalability, also not the highest because you really have to drive this with a lot of marketing. You're gonna have to come up with new products quite often to keep people entertained. It's challenging. So this may be a bit controversial, but I'm putting selling merch as a new creator in the E tier. Next up, we have branded sponsorships. So this is when a brand reaches out to you and wants to sponsor some content, maybe a post, maybe a video, whatever the case may be. They want to sponsor it where you do an ad read or maybe you integrate their product into the content that you're making. So as a new creator, ease of creating this product. So as a new creator, ease of doing this is very, very easy. You're simply making the content you do all the time, and then you add in this branded sponsorship into your regular content. Demand for this is also very high if you know where to look for it, because there's so many companies out there looking for organic ways to connect with an audience, and you're usually the perfect fit. Profit per sale here is very high, not the highest, but very high. You're not gonna be able to charge much when you're starting off, but there's no cost of goods sold of doing this, no extra cost to you. And as well, scalability is also very high, not the highest, but it's something that you can put and do over and over again on different types of videos, something that you can repeat with existing brands or bring in new brands. It's something that you can do a lot in. So for me, I'm giving branded sponsorships S tier. I think this is amazing. I think this is one of the best ways to start as a new creator to monetize your content, and you really need to be focusing on branded sponsorships as a new creator. Next up, we have public appearances. So this would be when someone pays you to go speak or show up at an event. So this one, I'm giving the ease of creating offering extremely, extremely low. As a new creator, there's likely not too many people that are gonna pay you to just show up somewhere. And as a result, the demand for that is low as well, because you can't necessarily create a place for you to go speak. Someone has to offer that to you, or you have to try to reach out and connect. As well, profit per sale is very, very high, because usually you would get paid quite a bit, but it's all a moot point because you're not gonna get this opportunity as a new creator. And scalability, very, very low, because you can only be in so many places at once. So this is F tier. I would not recommend doing this to start off. I would recommend focusing on any of the other monetization strategies before trying to make public appearance money. Next up, we have affiliate marketing. So this is when either a brand or maybe you're doing something through Amazon, you have a link, and every time someone purchases something that you've linked to, you make a percent of the sale, maybe 5 to 10%, sometimes 20%. With affiliate marketing, I would rank this on ease of offering very high. Usually all you have to do is put a link in your bio somewhere, maybe in the description, very easy to set up. And in addition, demand is also very high because it's usually a product that already has its own validation. It's something official from Amazon. It's not something that you're just trying to make and validate. So really all you're trying to do is get your fans to say, hey, you're gonna buy this anyways, why don't you use my link to do it? Profit per sale is a bit on the low side. You're not gonna make too much per sale, only about 5 to 10% usually. Scalability is very, very high because again, all it is one link and you can share that link in as many different places as you want. So affiliate marketing is going to be C tier for those reasons. Next up, we have donations and tips. So this is a new product or service. I don't know if you can even call it either of those. It's kind of like the analogy of when you see a street performer and they're doing well, you wanna tip them a little bit. So this has become very popular, platforms like Twitch, TikTok, where people people will donate to you simply for being the great creator that you are. Ease of offering, highest it can be. All you have to do is just show up on some sort of live stream and people will tip you. Demand, however, is a little bit lower because not everyone has the money to just give their creators and tip them. Profit per sale is also a little bit low because usually people only tip in a couple cents increments on TikTok. Maybe you get a couple dollars somewhere else, but again, not very high. Scalability though, it's in the middle because although many people on one stream can tip to you, you have to be on that live stream and it's not always easy for you to be available for that as a new creator when there's so many other things to focus on. Donations, I'm going to be also putting in the F tier. Sure, you can make a couple dollars and that can be fun to make that first dollar. But in terms of making a ton of money, this really is only for those creators that have built a very strong relationship with their audience over time. As a new creator, a bit more challenging. Next up, we have selling digital info products. So as opposed to online teaching, this is selling maybe an ebook, maybe a quick checklist, maybe a list of things to try out if you're maybe a travel influencer. It's basically everything that you can sell digitally that wouldn't be in film format. So ease of creating offering for this is a 4. I sometimes find as a video-based creator, it can be a little bit harder to make written content that works really well and that people want to buy. It's still pretty easy to do. Demand for this is also high, but not the highest because again, usually when people connect with you on a video basis, they want to see more of you on a video basis. So written content can be a bit harder, but still very easy to sell. Then we have profit per sale. So profit per sale here is a bit lower because you're not going to be able to charge too much for these products, but scalability is as high as possible because you just got to put that link down, offer that digital product, and you can excel and you can sell as many as you can. So for selling digital products, I'm going to be giving this one B tier. This is something that you can focus on as a new creator. And lastly, we have platform revenue. So whether this is YouTube ads, whether this is a Snapchat creator fund, TikTok creator fund, I think Instagram also can give you some money. They were launching a fund, but this is when the social media platform itself pays you. So ease of creating offering is the highest it can be because literally all you're doing is continuing to make your content. However, demand potential is very low. And to think about this, think about how you get paid per view. So the demand is how many views you're getting. And when you're a new creator, that's going to be pretty low. So obviously over time that changes, but as a new creator, demand potential for this one's very low. Profit per sale is also extremely low. If it's on TikTok, you're barely getting paid anything. If it's on YouTube, it's going to take you years to start monetizing. So very, very low. But scalability is as high as possible because there's many creators on these platforms that are making millions of dollars using this strategy. So really, really difficult for new creators to get in on, but the scalability is there. So this one may also be controversial, but as a new creator, I'm giving this a D. I don't think this is something that's easy to make money on to start. I think there's many other ways that you can monetize better as a new creator. So there you have it. Many different ways that you can use to monetize as a brand new creator. I hope you found some of these ideas useful. And again, one of the most important things is that although you're focusing on monetizing your content, the content also has to be there as well. And try to think of it as a game. Think of it as something fun to do. Think of it as a way to reward yourself for all of the hard work that you're doing with your content. And one of the most interesting things about monetization strategies is that good business knowledge can actually help you make a lot more money than massive creators. There's creators out there with the same number of followers and the same number of views, and one of them could be making 100 times more than the other. So as a new creator, it's not enough just to focus on the content, although you really need to be doing that because content is king, of course. You also need to be focusing on what are the different monetization strategies I'm going to be using. And so for this, I recommend really focusing on that S tier and that A tier, maybe even B tier. And then as you continue to grow, as you become a mid-sized creator, then you can look at the rest. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to have lots more to come with fun topics like this. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a comment about what your thoughts are. Do you agree with these rankings? Do you disagree? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think I'm spot on? Did I miss one that you think is really important? Let me know below. Hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye.